All right. Impromptu stream. I'm sorting out my books. I figured, why not try this? And you guys can say hello to my pussycat. Anyone? Everyone's going to miss the pussy action. All right. Maybe I'll just chuck. Let's chuck the link in the chat just in case anyone wants to show up and hang. There's nothing going on. And I'm bored, so I figured I'd do this. Sort my books live. How interesting. All right, Catwoman, Nightwing. That needs to be red. That's random. Cover red. Cover. Cover. Star Wars pile. Bondage pile. Go up there. Don't know where this one goes. Draculina. Cover by. Read. What's going on, Roscoe? If you feel like joining, I have the link in the chat there. If anyone wants to hang out, I was bored, so I figured I need to sort my comics. Why not do it live and see if anyone wants to jump in? What's going on, Tom? Is that how I say it? G-Spot. Again, feel free to jump in if you guys want to hang out, because I am just chilling. Anyone grab this? Ooh, hot SimpleSimon spec. That can go into this pile. Star Wars pile. Ooh, Gwenverse, where does that go? Cover pile. May as well show some covers while I'm doing this. That was a nice one that came out. That's going to be in the red pile. To read pile. Okay, you're about to pass out. That's all good, mate. That's all good. G-Spot, you're up late every night, aren't you? Feel free to jump on, mate. Nathan Zerdy covers. Starting to pick up some of those DC Zerdy covers. It's kind of cool to see him start doing some DC stuff. These homage covers are great. Love those. Cover by. I need more room. All right, Vampirella. Grim, that goes in the to read pile. Anyone else read Grim? I read the first issue and I thought it was pretty good. Vampirella there. How do I? Yeah, again. Oh, this looks like Alice Ever After. That has to be red. Good night, Roscoe. Or good afternoon from here. 8 billion genies in the read pile. Faithless. Oof, I'm well behind in Faithless. Checking it. Yeah, no, Sarah's at work, so she's not here. I got my cat here, but she's in a position right now. If I pick her up, she'll bite me. So I wish I could show you a photo of her, actually. Let's see if I can do this. This is my cat in front of me right now with her head in a plastic bag. All right. Oh, look at all the Mando covers. This is my problem. This is one issue of a book. I got to send some of these out to people though. Mando can go on the Star Wars pile. Do you collect Star Wars books, G-Spot? I know you're a Star Wars guy. I know you got Star Wars collectibles, but do you collect Star Wars books? I don't know if I've ever seen you show Star Wars books. All right. Yep. Like I said, mate, if you want to jump on and show me some, click that link. Red Sonja. Man, Red Sonja looking thick hips there. It goes in that pile. Here's some random ones for you. Niobe Origins. I don't know. Cat Girl. They're in the to read pile, believe it or not. Faithless. More Faithless. Ugh. You know that problem? Yeah, you buy multiples. Jimmy, what's going on, mate? It's 1:15. All right, mate. You have a good sleep. The only recent ones is Mandalorian. That's kind of where I stopped. So you stopped collecting new stuff. Okay. That's why I need to. That's the goal. My long-term goal, to be honest, is to stop buying new stuff and just spend my money on books that I really want. But it's just weird. It's like a weird addiction. Oh, here comes someone to hang out. What's going on, brother?
What's up?
What is happening?
Second best hair in the community. Nice to see you.
Hey, I suppose I'll give it to you. It's a bit faded.
Oh, dude, I don't even want to show you mine right now. I need a shower. That's why I got it back up in the ponytail. I'm like, you know what? It looks gross.
I saw some of your tentacle covers, G-Spot. I was like, oh, tentacle. He collects tentacle covers. It's an interesting
Which is actually, you would think. I love how people come up with these little quirky things that they collect about comics, like tentacle covers or robot covers or like, zombie covers, and you can find tons of them.
Well, I got kiss covers, bondage covers.
Yeah.
What else?
Dude, like every issue of Betty Page that I bought has been a bondage cover. Like, I mean, there's just
these ones.
Yep.
That was the same issue.
Roxton?
2 bondage variants in the same issue. That's out of control, mate.
Dude, yeah, I got the second one. I didn't want to pick on both. I didn't want to get both of them. So I just got the second one.
I couldn't help myself.
I haven't read that run yet either. I'm waiting to read it.
Wait, you're supposed to read Betty Page books?
I mean, the Banshee one was not bad. It was actually a good story. And the art, what's his name? Stephen Morales or whatever, or Mooney? Stephen Mooney? Good stuff. Good stuff. He can draw Betty Page. I know that much.
Betty Page is like the latest of all the characters that I sort of collect some. Only if I really like the cover, but for the longest time, I stayed away from Betty Page books. And then I eventually gave in.
Yeah.
All right.
It was a no-brainer. Everybody I know, like 70-year-old men, 80-year-old men are like, if you still say Betty Page, you're like, hey, that's a good-looking woman right there. I'm just like, man. You see what I drew tonight for what is it, Between the Lines?
No. What you got there?
It's supposed to be Jason Voorhees. And for me, that's an accomplishment because I don't draw. And I only did it in 20 minutes. If I actually took my time, I probably could have done a lot better job.
All right. Yeah, man. It's been a while since we hung out, G-Spot. I've got to get you back on collectibles as well. I'm a bit slow. I've got to get everyone back at least once.
Good thing is it's hard to run out of people.
Yeah, exactly right. But it's hard to also every time, like obviously I have like a massive list of people that I want to get on, but then every week I can only have 3, so it's kind of like, where do I? So there's people who have asked, and then they didn't knock me back, but like they were busy, they couldn't do it, and then haven't gotten around to asking them again. So it's kind of feel weird sometimes about that.
Tunes and collections. I've already got 2 guests who've already said I can do a part 2 to this. Like, dude from No Coffin was literally like, hit me up if I'm not playing a show that night. I can do it. And literally, when he did his last episode, he had literally just got back from thrift store shopping. And he was just like, I'm showing you what I got today. This is not even stuff that I've owned past today. And I was just like, Jesus Christ. He was t-shirts, sneakers, vinyl, like VHSs. Just, I was like, dude, what thrift shops in Florida must be amazing. You're finding all kinds of good stuff.
So yeah, because thrift store. I mean, it's not every time I go to something here that's like a thrift store, they mostly just sell clothes.
Yeah, mine mostly sells clothes. The record section, you'll always find like old gospel. And unless it's like Hank Sr. singing gospel or somebody like that, then I'm just like, yeah, I'm out. Or like if they have a book section, but they don't have any comic books. And I wish I could just give them some out of mine, but I don't have enough to just give away. I mean, usually I end up keeping what I get. So I am doing something fun for Halloween this year, and I got this idea from Harry Old Fat Guy. I'm gonna go by to a comic shop and go through their dollar bins and just pull out like superheroes that I know kids will dress up as, and the kids, if the kids come up to the door and they're dressed like any of these superheroes, they're getting a comic book with their candy.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I've been wanting to go to so do you guys have op shops over there? Similar to, it's pretty much a thrift shop. Like op shop is where people just donate stuff.
Yeah. So it's the same thing.
Same thing. But I've always been wanting to go to through op shops and try to find comics there. But I never really. Every time I go to one, all I see is clothes.
Yeah, I never see anything. I never see any comics in there. Either the kids come through and they snatch them up immediately, or just nobody's giving them away right now. Everybody's digging through their closets looking for their old collections is what they're doing. Hold on, let me shut this off in here.
Feel free to join, Lee, if you want to hang out. All right. Hey, speaking of Lee, got that right there. I don't know where to file this comic book. It's the Whack Comics Iron Man exclusive.
Do you have Iron Man books?
Yeah, man. You haven't seen this variant?
No, I have not. If I would have seen that variant, I would have probably bought it. What is that? 1 in 10?
It's a 1 in a million, mate. You can't. It's a Whack Comics exclusive.
Oh, are you serious? Oh God, I love Mega Man. Oh my God.
All right. Star Wars. There. They're releasing a Berserker comic box, and I'm going to need to get that for all the copies of Berserker that I own.
I was about to say, what's a comic box?
What's a comic box?
Oh, just the box, just like a short box.
Short box. Yeah.
Already? Dang, that book just. Oh wait, Berserker. Not okay. I was thinking different book, but okay, that makes sense.
But from the beginning, I decided to buy doubles of every copy, and then I didn't realize they were doing foils for every issue. So every time Berserker comes out, I have to buy 8 of them. It hurts my feelings, and I can't stop now because I don't want to stop and then have one full set and then all these random ones that aren't complete. At least once I complete them, I can, I don't know, just give them to people or something.
I'm pretty sure Lee can figure out something to do with them.
Yes.
Turn them into a hat or.
Man, I've probably got almost as many as Lee now. Lee's got to be running out soon. I've got plenty of Berserker. Oh shit! I forgot about that. Cool. Have you read this?
No, I've not.
I bought the first 2 issues and I read them a few weeks back. And the first issue I didn't love, but because I had the second issue, I read the second issue anyway. And then the second issue I really enjoyed. We will need 2 short boxes. That's right. All right, that goes in the read pile. Why are these books so bendy? It's not good.
Yeah, sometimes they come like that.
You know why? Because when I have no short boxes, I sometimes take the diamond boxes from the shop.
Yeah.
And I chuck them in that. So the ones at the very back have all the other books leaning on them, so they kind of get a bit bent.
Once you stick them in a like decently tight short box or long box, they'll straighten out. Oh, I'm reading the new. It's a new. It's like issue 11 of X-Men. I'm catching up. I'm trying to catch. Here's my to-read list.
You got to read this.
So it's like most of a short box, like half short box or long box rather. And then I've got some books stacked up over here. So I'm just grabbing them in chunks. I'm just going through them and be like, all right, I just caught up on Twig today. Twig was really good.
Yeah, I kind of wish I only got the first issue of Twig. And it was enjoyable, but I didn't love it enough just to like end up getting it. I was like, I wouldn't mind reading it in trade maybe, but
yeah, trade would make more sense. And it does seem like during the story, Scotty skips over big gaps of stuff. But at the same time, I think that's the way the book was designed, for it to be a quick, light read, not too much emotion put into it. Just a fun book, just something to read for fun. Oh, that's cute, something like that. So
well, I can definitely see it being like an animated movie, just from that first issue.
Yeah, something like that.
Looks like Mega Man. Yeah, it's the Mega Iron variant.
Oh God, that is so dope.
All right, keep it clean. What? Let's keep it simple. I've got the whole pile of books that Lee gave me actually when I can't remember. I think he sent them to me. I've got the Superman Berserker variant as well. I don't know why comic shops use such cheap price tags. Ugh. A good quality price tag when it comes off easily.
Yes. Or tape. I swear to God, I'll have tape that just either disintegrates or like it doesn't want to come off the bag and it completely destroys the bag and try to get it off.
Yeah.
So it's either sticking way too well or not good at all, or like too good, like it just tears too easy.
Yeah, where I work,
I'm using what I thought was cheap stuff. I'm just using matte finish Scotch Magic tape. That's all. I've got the blue stuff, but I use it for shipping more than I do actually putting on the back of my book.
Yeah, I don't use them on my. I should have done that last night because I did a bag and a board and stream last night, and then I ran out of tape. I didn't even think about using the painter's tape.
It works. It's just really expensive and it runs out really fast.
Yeah. Alrighty. I got so many books to go through. All right, let me sort what I've got already sorted. Okay. This was all just covered by a pile.
God. See, that's one thing I don't miss about walking. Like every time I walk into a shop, I'm like, all right, my budget is $50, and then I'll spend like 70. And I'm like, why do I keep thinking I'm just gonna walk in there and quit? I'm gonna go in there to get what I came for, and then I'm gonna find like everything else that I want.
Do you find it hard to walk into a shop and not walk out with something? you feel like you have an obligation because you walk through the doors to spend something?
I mean, yeah, like I won't even go to a shop if I'm like I don't go just looking with no money. If I go, I'm planning on getting something. But like last time, I think my budget was like, I was like, all right, I'm gonna spend $50. So I started digging through like Spider-Man like volume 1 through the 200s, and I was finding a bunch of issues that were $5 a piece, and they were decent looking copies. And I was like, there we go, run fillers, just bang them out. And I start pulling these books out, and then I start like digging through. I looked through the slabs that they had up on the counter. They had like 4 long boxes of slabs. Some of them were modern stuff, some of them was old stuff. Didn't really see anything there that I was like, oh, I'll come back and get this later or something. And then they had a short box that was like minor keys. Like, they had an issue of Batgirl #1 first print from the new 52 that was like spotless looking. So it was like $10 or $15 or $20 or something like that. And I pulled out Bartman #1 and Itchy and Scratchy #1. And I was like, Bartman #1, yeah. And Itchy, and it's the foil variant. So it's got the foil pull up underneath him. And then I found Itchy and Scratchy #1 as well. And I was like, these are going home with me. And they were both like, one of them was 10 and one of them was 15. And I was like, yep. And then I was on my way to the door and I saw a gargoyle figure, a Nika gargoyle figure. And I was like, oh, that's got to go home. I ended up spending like $105 when I went in there to spend $50.
I picked up that Batman recently at a comic fair for $3. I was stoked.
Nice.
Because I remember as a kid I didn't have the Itchy and Scratchy one. I had the other 3, had Bartman, Simpsons, and Radioactive Man, and they all had the poster that joined up. But because I didn't have Itchy and Scratchy, I had the posters up on my wall, and there was that one quarter that was missing with Itchy and Scratchy.
Yeah, as soon as I seen them, I was like, oh, nostalgia, I have to get these. And these are the probably hardest ones and most expensive ones to get anyway, is like the #1s. I need to start getting Simpson comics.
I'd repurchased. Yeah, that was one thing. When I first started collecting, I was like, I don't want to try and purchase all the stuff I had as a kid. I just didn't want to go down that rabbit hole. And then I eventually fell down that rabbit hole. And I've got the Simpsons first issue. I've got the Batman one. I repurchased my Sonic the Hedgehog issue 1. And, ASM 400, the one with the tombstone.
Yeah.
Yes, because that was like the first Spider-Man book I bought back when I was a kid.
Started?
That's when I used to read comics as a kid. I only started collecting probably like maybe 4 years now, getting close to 4 years. But yeah, I remember that issue got me into Spider-Man. I actually reread it when I bought it recently.
I haven't read mine yet. It's filed away in the box. I need to read it. I haven't read it since I was a kid. It was really weird how they were just like everywhere, man, and they're like that again now, which is making me wonder how long this is going to last. Because I mean, you could go to gas stations and get them. You could go to Walmart and get them. You could go to
comics.
I was about to say you could go to legit comic stores, although there probably weren't a whole bunch of them around right then. You could go to conventions. You can go get them anywhere.
Yeah, you guys get those Walmart packs over there.
Yeah,
see that's.
You don't get that over there?
No.
Oh wow. I never buy them. Like everybody says, they're hard to find. My store stays stocked with them, and I don't see a whole lot of people buying them. I don't ever buy them. That's one less rabbit hole I need to dive down, where I start buying Walmart packs looking for good copies.
When they first started doing them, people were pulling those crazy ratios out of them, like 1 in 100s and stuff. I was like, what? How is that? I don't get it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But because of them being in the Walmart packs, did the value on those books go down? Like,
I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, because you think about it now, okay, like how many, like when we were like kids, because I'm assuming you're close to my age, like there wasn't a whole lot of variants. So when you found like, what are like the Toys R Us variants of like, all the key issues that they did back in the day. What are they worth? But like, I mean, I literally seen a 3-pack of like, it was the first appearance of Batgirl, first appearance of Robin, and first appearance of, I want to say like Silver Age Penguin. And dude wanted like $35 for 3 of them, and then that was shipping. But he had or best offer, so I'm pretty sure he would have took 25 for them.
Did you say first Robin?
Yeah, like apparently Toys R Us did reprints back in the 90s of like the first appearance of Robin, the first appearance of like, all these classic Batman books and Superman books and stuff like that. And now you can find them all over the place.
Yeah, some of those facsimiles go up a bit. Like if they haven't done the facsimile reprint for a while, sometimes they go for a bit.
I'm waiting to see what happens because the last time they reprinted Action Comics #1 was probably in like late 90s, early 2000s. I think it was like a Toys R Us thing or something like that. And now they're about to reprint them again.
Yeah,
so I'm wondering if that's going to make them go down now, because those are actually pretty high books.
They're expensive, man. They got a $6.99 US price tag on those new reprints that they're doing.
And my fucking Detective Comics 27 came with a little rip in it, like a 1/2-inch rip on the bottom, and I was so pissed. But I was like, you know what? This is still better than the copy that I'm ever going to get of this book. Like, I mean, yeah, I'll never see this book in my lifetime, so I'll take it.
I remember, Rod the Rican.
Yeah.
Ages ago, he did the stream. I think it was the first time I ever saw, Captain Comics as well.
Yeah.
Captain was on there, and he had this old dude with him who has some crazy comic book collection. And the guy was showing, like, he's talking about his collecting and all this stuff. They were kind of interviewing this guy. And the guy grabbed a random short box. And he was like, Rod was like, I just want to see what's in one of your boxes. So he grabs a box and he's like, I probably wouldn't have looked in here for about 20 years. So he opens up the short box, and the first book he pulled out was Batman #2. Like, Golden Age Batman #2. That was the first book he pulled out.
Well, Pocan Joe just ran into a guy who had like hundreds of long boxes he'd been collecting since he was younger. And he was, of course he had like, the big books pulled out of it, but he was selling, I think Pocan Joe made a deal with him. He said for 18 long boxes because he didn't want to tote any more than that. But he could have gotten, probably more of them or whatever. But he was pulling stuff out of these boxes that are just like little gems here and there. Just guys like, yeah, I don't care about it. I'm selling them all, selling them at bulk. I don't want my kids to get them because they're just going to sell them, and I might as well just give them the money anyway. I might as well spend the money, So, like, yeah, it happens like that sometimes. One day I hope to get to that point where I'm just like, I've got so many short boxes and long boxes, I don't even know what's where anymore. There's just stuff everywhere.
I don't think I've ever seen a long box. I don't know what one looks like in real life. I mean, I've seen them, like, I can see them in your background, but I've never seen one in real life in front of me.
I bought 3 of them, and once those things got full, I promised myself I would never buy another one, because short boxes are so much lighter, and they take up less room. Like, I can stack those short boxes. And I'm about to get some shelving. What's his name? Comic Talks Weekly, Phil hooked me up. He sent me a link of some shelving that he had bought off of Amazon, and it's just that metal, shelving that you would like get for like, your shop or something like that holds a decent amount of weight, and they're like sturdy. Yeah, it's good read. It's fun, especially the first Batman. Dude, I can't believe all that grew from just this, because it was like the most rushed through comic I'd ever read. Like, it was page 1 was, Bruce Wayne is meeting with his friend Commissioner Jim Gordon, talking about stuff, and then next page is like, him like foiling a robbery, and then next page is like the end of the comic, and it's just like the resolution. And I was like, it literally was like 4 or 5 pages, and there was a whole bunch of other stories in the book, and that was the one that everybody, I guess, wrote Detective Comics and was like, we love this. This is incredible. We want to read more about this Bat guy. Have you been keeping up on the new Batman, the Chip Zdarsky run?
No, I haven't reached that yet. So I haven't been reading jack shit for like a couple months now, I reckon. And every week I keep bringing back these fat piles. So I tried to start reading Batman again, but I'm still on the Williamson stuff. So, and the last issue I read,
it wasn't bad, but
no, the first I didn't mind the first 2 issues of Williamson.
Yeah.
But then after that, it was interesting.
yeah, it was a little, yeah. Well, I will give you a little Easter egg. That first costume and the moniker, the Batman, makes a return in the Zdarsky run. So,
oh really?
Yeah, it was classic. I was just like, oh, I just read this, and now it's happening again. What's the odds?
This is harder than I thought. Ugh. I don't have much space around me. I'm literally like my cat is stuck here. She can't even get out right now. I've got so much crap around me. Deadly Class. Something's Killing the Children. Something's Killing the Children is probably the only book that I read as it comes out.
I've just got a couple issues here and there, and I'm gonna read them, and they're like the newer issues because I really liked Something Was Killing the Children. I only had like 3 issues of it, and it didn't seem like anytime soon I was like, I'll just get it in trade or something. But
yeah,
I don't know. Now I'm kind of wanting to get back on. I have to read those 2 issues because I liked it. I didn't like House of Slaughter hardly at all.
I like House of Slaughter as well. I think I just like because Something's Killing Children was the first time I was like, you know what? I'm not going to try to collect these. I'm just going to read it in trade. But I just fell in love with, I think, the world. And because I've read it from the start, I kind of enjoy House of Slaughter still. It's just part of the same universe sort of thing. So,
yeah.
Nightwing. I'm well behind on Nightwing.
I was about to say that's in my pile to get caught up on after I read X-Men. The next thing I'm starting on is I'm going to read the reprint they did of Sandman. So I'm going to read issue 1 of that, and then I'm going to start on Nightwing because I need to catch. I've only got 3 issues to read it though. Seems like I'm not as far behind as I thought I was.
I always say to people, I can quit comic books now, and I've got enough to read for the rest of my life. Like, my read pile is it's something else.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, more Berserker.
I was getting iffy on X-Men, and then a couple people told me you might want to read, like, are you caught up? And I was like, no. They was like, you might want to read it. It's getting good. And I was like, good. I like X-Men to be good.
Do you like? I know a lot of comic readers they'll read part of a run and then they'll lose interest and they'll drop it, and then they'll hear it's good again, and then they'll just pick it up from there again. Like they won't try to go back and chase, the stuff that they missed. Do you do that, or do you have to go back and get the stuff?
Most of the time, I'll either drop books, and it's either because of just money, just not having enough money to get all the books that you want. So I'll either drop books based on that and just chase them later, or like there have been some times that I've heard something was bad, and then I've like dropped it, and then somebody's like, "Oh, you got to read it now," and I'll go give that a couple of issues, and then it'll get back better. And then, I think everybody kind of does it that way sometimes. There's been some times where I'll cut my pull list off for like 2 months and then just start it right back up, and then I'll just have to go get those 2 issues, and like back issue bins or something like that. So
Yeah, I think it's just that FOMO. I feel like I don't want to not be able to get those back issues if I need to.
it's really hard when it comes to comics because you don't like, you know, it seems like every time you want to stop or like you cut your pull or like you drop a book or something like that, everybody's like, "Oh, dude, you didn't hear? Like next issue is going to be the first appearance of
Yeah,
something," and I'm like, "Crap! Now I got to go get it again."
I need that first appearance.
Yeah, I got to get it. That's just like I dropped. I was going to get all. I decided against getting all the one shots Batman books that they're doing, and then they came out with the Riddler one, and everybody's like, "This is incredible!" And I was like, "Damn it! Should have just pulled it because I'm going to end up getting it eventually anyway." So, but it's whatever. They're there. They're always out there. The hunt is actually kind of fun.
Yeah, how many shops have you got like around you? Like how many stores can you easily get to?
I think I have 1, 2, 3. I have 3 within an hour of me, but they're literally like 45 minutes to an hour to get there. Now, if I want to go a little bit further than that, like if I go hang out with Brad in like Columbia, there's like, he took me to 3 there the last time Brian was down. Me and him, like all 3 of us bounced around shops. So we went to one where he gets his pool, which would be my home. They sold everything: vintage video games, records, action figures, anything, posters, comic books, anything and everything nerd was there. D&D stuff. Like I was just like, oh my God, I'm home. And it looks like a train wreck. So like, you know, I was like, oh, this is incredible. You know, you could just dig and find great stuff every day. But then he took us to a few other ones. He took us to, well, the one he took us to last time, which had lots of dollar bin good stuff, and their issues were kind of high. So were their key issues, but they had toys and stuff like that too. They weren't that badly priced. Like the first Series 1 Spawn action figure in the box, dude wanted $100 for it, and I was like, that's not far. That's not far off. Like, I mean, I could justify 100. I'm going to try to get it for cheaper, but still, like, you know. And then he took us to a shop that was literally a small little hole in the wall, and they had like up underneath the tables were dollar bin long boxes on the floor, and they were stuff that was literally ripped up and like, you know, just like, you know, run filler stuff. And then he would, well, literally when we came in the door, he was like, if you guys want something like in a slab, just let me know and I might be able to find it. Like all our slabs are like really cheap. And I started walking around, I started finding all these like regular issues of like books that were cheap. And I was like, what the heck is going on? And dude told me that there's a guy who comes in, he buys whatever the brand new books are, he takes them home, and he either presses them or he gets CGC to do it. And he literally just sends all of them out in big lots to CGC and gets them all slabbed. And then he brings them back into the shop when they come back in, and he trades them in for store credit. And so after he does that one time, basically he's getting his pull list for free. And then anything that's left over on his credit is just stuff he can spend to buy whatever he wants. And I was like, that doesn't even make, wait. And so he's got like, yeah, he was like, yeah, he's got, you know, store credit, and he's had it for like months. And I was like, he was like, because, you know, slabbing gets more of a premium than regular books. So he's like, I've got tons of slabs. I've got tons of them. I got them coming out of my ears.
And just like random books, like they're not anything crazy.
And like, some of them are keys. Now some of them are keys, and when they do hit keys, he gets tons more back on his on the books that he just bought. But some of them are just like, yeah, regular issues, or they might be variant covers or something like that, but they're, you know, nothing too great. He just literally picks out the stuff he likes the best, and then he just like uses that to fund how he buys comics. And I was like, that's not going to work forever. Like, he's eventually going to run out of store credit, you know? And he was like, yeah, and he just brings in more slabs. He's got them on like rotation. Like he'll buy a month's worth of books, and then he'll send them out and get them slabbed. And I was like, but it's not like he's just spec hunting. He was like, no, he buys stuff that he likes, but it's all new stuff. I'm like, okay. So who about like Superman or Batman or Spider-Man, anything associated with those guys? He knows those are pretty much money. You know, he might spec a little, who knows? But yeah, I was like, that's crazy. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't sound like it would work. He was like, it works. I was like, could you stop offering him so much money in store credit for all these slabs? Maybe that would slow him down on it. And he's like, that's what they're selling for. I could literally have bought just a random issue of a newer Spider-Man book out of the Spencer run, slabbed 9.8, and dude wanted like, I think he wanted like $50 for it. And I was like, yeah, but it costed like 30 to get it slabbed. And he was like, yeah, he made $20 profit off of it. And I was like, time and okay, I guess you could look at it that way. But yeah, so I've got those I can go to if I want to drive for like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
You guys, that's not that bad because what you guys paid like $5 for the book and 30, so you're making about $15.
Yeah, yeah. He's just literally taking advantage of a high market right now, and he's just doing it. And then he was like, but when he comes in, the books he buys are like, you know, older books, you know, stuff like 70s, 80s, maybe some 90s, you know, stuff like, because I think this guy's around our age. So, yeah, he just buys all that stuff with it. Like he'll, you know.
What is our age, Tylox?
Huh?
What is our age?
I don't know. What's your age?
I don't know, man. I want to know what ballpark you're thinking when you're saying our age.
I'm 37.
Okay, that's not too bad.
Okay,
you're not too far off.
Not too far off. So, yeah, all the stuff you would think was cool, I would think would probably cool as well, and I probably had the same things.
Yeah, because I tell everyone, like, I had a lot of X-Men books back in the day, but even back then, I didn't really enjoy reading X-Men. Like, I liked X-Men because I loved the animated series back in the day.
Yeah.
I didn't really enjoy reading X-Men comics so much back then. So when I got back into comics recently, I haven't read any X-Men. What's going on, DMFN?
I was about to say, like, when I was younger, I tried a little bit of everything, but the only thing I really enjoyed was X-Men because it was a nice group book, you know. And then, you know, like Spider-Man, of course, Batman. I tried Superman and I didn't really like it that much. And I think it was just because he was so overpowered. Like, it was like every issue, there's like nothing I'm worried about happening to him. Like, maybe Lois, but, you know, if you kill Lois, you're a dead man. So, like, I mean, the Joker might do it, but anybody else wouldn't want to, you know, more than likely die for whatever they want. So, now when I got back into it, I just didn't get any Superman.
Yeah, I tried to read some Superman. Like I read I know everyone hated it, but Bendis' Superman was kind of like the one that came out when I got into comics. So I read the first issue, and there were elements of it that I liked. Like I liked seeing Clark Kent try to be a family man, you know, with John and things like that. But then he'd fly out into space, and I'm like, I don't care. When Superman's in space, I just
I mean, it was weird flex, but okay.
Oh, I'm getting pins and needles. Oh. All right, mate, I've got quite a stack of Star Wars books here.
Yeah, I need to catch up on my Star Wars bad. I know I'm issues behind on that.
Yeah, well, I've got a decent stack of Star Wars books now, but I've only read barely any Star Wars at all. I read
the only thing I'm getting the main run, and then I'm getting like I got the one shots, the Bounty Hunter one shots that came out. I got those, and then I'm getting the Han Solo series that's out now, and I got the Obi-Wan, most of it, like, you know, stuff like that I get. But if I try to get all the Star Wars stuff, dude, I would be ears deep in Star Wars. There's just so much. I was like, man, I'm just gonna pick one and run with it. That's the way I used to collect. I'd be like, all right, Uncanny X-Men. Well, you got X Factor, you got X. I don't care. Uncanny X-Men. That's the only one I'm getting. You know, because that's what I can. You know, one of each. You know, like One Spider-Man book, I just get Amazing Spider-Man. Batman, I just got Batman.
Because that's the way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was doing it that way for like the longest time. But then people give you books, or like you come across books, you read a few of them, and you're like, well, I really do like detective. I kind of like detective more than I like Batman. So now I guess I'll start getting both. And yeah.
Dread's an interesting character. I bought, and there was a Dread title that came out it was like a 2-issue miniseries. It came out like, I want to say 2.5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And I read that. It was okay. I wanted to like it more. So sometimes with characters, I buy, I'll try them out. I'll buy something because I want to read that character. But if that story doesn't hit, it kind of ruins it for me because I don't know where else to go to read like a story about that character.
They've done that with just about every character at this point. They just single out characters that they're going to do, and it's always a precursor to them doing big stuff to the character. Like they're either bringing them back or I bought the whole Death of Wolverine thing. Like I bought 1 through 5 of it, and I was like, they're killing him. Maybe they'll keep him going, And then of course they didn't, and then they did the Death of Wolverine again, and I'm just like, man.
Yeah, I remember buying the first issue. I can't remember if I read that. I gave it away. I did it in the giveaway. I think I put it in the giveaway pile.
I'm actually doing a giveaway pile right now. I got to sort some stuff out and pack some stuff up.
Something I bought today. I bought an issue of Death Dealer. There's a current Death Dealer, so I bought an issue of that. But the thing is, they don't write the issue numbers on the book. They're literally every issue was just Death Dealer. I was like, what issue is this? I don't know what it is.
You have to take one issue out and read it at a time and then put it back to know where you were at. Well, then you would eventually not know where you're at.
Because I wanted to get the first, because I feel like I picked up either the first or second issue, but I don't know. Because, none of them say what they are. Because it's from Opus, who is through, which is a pretty small. I think Opus do all those music band comics, like the Motorhead comic and Judas Priest. I think.
They did that, and then they did the they're doing all the they're doing Cradle of Filth. They're putting out there's Judas Priest comic that's out. There's a Pantera trade paperback that's coming out. I think they're doing all those. They did the Bill and Ted books too.
Yeah, I got one of the Bill and Ted books. Did they do the Dio? I saw Dio had a trade paperback.
Probably. It seems like Opus is doing all those books.
Berserker pile. I got 3 issues of Berserker here, and there's 12 books. That's my 3 issues.
Oh my god.
See, it's weird. When I sort my comics, it's like a 4-step process. I'm just sorting them at the moment into what I'm going to read, things that are just cover buys. They got my own Star Wars pile. I got DC ones to read, stuff that I've already read, and then I got to go through them all again and resort them again into characters or whatever it be.
I was about to say, I just have to do my pile as publisher, and then eventually they'll get broken down as characters.
Go on, Sleepy.
You seem like you're picking up a decent stack every week. I'm only getting mine every 2 weeks, and my list is starting to go way down.
Well, I only have I have a decent list every week, but my shop started getting their books fortnightly now instead. So they get DC every week, but Diamond comes in fortnightly now because it was just costing too much in shipping. So a lot of the stores do that. So he was actually one of the last stores to do that. A lot of the stores here started getting the Diamond stuff every fortnight instead. So now that he does that, last week, I only had 1 book because it was DC week last week. I only had 1 book. And then this coming week, I'm effed because it'll be 2 weeks worth of Diamond orders. So some of those weeks, they're I can't even afford them. I'll have to leave some at the shop and then pick them up the following week.
Yeah.
Okay. I got through my 2 boxes, but now I need to sort them a bit better. Oh, This was just Star Wars books, and a lot of it is just covers.
Oh my god. Are you getting the Choose Your Destiny variants?
These ones. I don't even think I ordered this one, but it was in my pile, so I was like, all right, I'll take it. I didn't even know who Keeve Trennis is.
Well, see, that's what's good about having a local shop is I've literally walked in and I was like, all right, here to get my pull. And then I'm like, I had that many books coming out this week? And then like I'll start looking through it and there'll be a couple in there that I'm like, what are these? And they're like, oh, we just thought you might enjoy those. And I was like, oh yeah, we thought we might spend your money for you. Yeah. All right, I'll take them. And then and then the next thing I know, I'm like, yeah, put it on my pull. Put it on my pull. Go ahead and put it on
That's
there.
what Mark like. Sometimes Mark will see a cover, like a Kiss cover, and he'll order it for me. Sometimes he gives it to me, though. He doesn't always expect me to buy it. Sometimes he just orders it in and gives it to me as a gift, which is nice. Oh, ankle. All right. I slowly getting there. My LCS gets Marvel and DC and fortnightly and everything else. Wait, Lee, what shop do you shop at? Don't I buy books from them sometimes online?
I was about to say, I get my books every 2 weeks because getting them every week would just. I don't get paid that way. I get paid every 2 weeks. So it's just easier. The week that I get paid is the week my books come out.
I used to get paid fortnightly and I just can't. I've been at my job forever now, so I can't imagine getting not paid weekly anymore. If I've got paid fortnightly, I'd be so effed in the second week.
It just takes a whole different. It's just a whole different breakdown system because I used to get paid weekly for like the first younger part of years, and then everybody started switching over to that every 2 weeks. So I basically was just like expecting it everywhere I went to work. So I would literally just I just had to break everything down. I think every 2 weeks is a little bit easier because you have more of a chunk left over, but it's got to last you 2 weeks. But budget shop and all that good stuff. And
I used to get paid fortnightly when I worked at Blockbuster back in the day. And yeah, I remember the first week I would live like a king, and the second week, oh mate, I was scum of the earth.
The second week was all ramen noodles and it's really funny because my dad has done this because I've heard him and his friends tell stories like this, and I thought for some reason it was impossible for me to do it. But then once I started doing it and I started getting better at it, and then I started moving up and stuff like that, started being like, well, I literally need to find me another. There's nothing wrong with my job now, but I need to make more. So I need to find something that I like that's around that area, around that ballpark that makes more. And then you start doing that and you're like, all right, well, now I'm gravy. Once you get to a certain point, you're just like, I'm good. Groceries are in the fridge, stuff that, lasts, stuff like that. But I remember literally when I first moved out on my own, I started I would get paid after bills and after gas. I would have oh God, after bills and gas, I would probably have $70 maybe to buy groceries for 2 weeks. And I would somehow do it. I would somehow get to the end of the 2 weeks. And by the end of the 2 weeks, you're just you're down to bare bones. You're eating ramen noodles for a couple meals every day or something like that for those last 2 days. But then it just started, you buy stuff you need and then you don't need it again. How many times do you need, that thing for the kitchen? Probably one time. If you buy a decent one, it lasts forever, or it lasts a while, so.
Yeah, I'm like that a lot of weeks. So as soon as I get paid, my first thing I do is put my rent aside. So put rent into another account. I'll pay off any bills that I need to do. And then the next morning I go to the shop and get my books. So that's anywhere from 150 to 250 bucks. And then I will normally do one grocery shop that day. And sometimes after that, I'm down to my last $100. And it's I just got paid.
Yep.
And
got
no money.
Yep.
So yeah, one of my mates I used to live with, he used to get paid monthly, once a month. I was like, Jesus, that's hardcore. I couldn't handle that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, same thing, Damien. It used to be like that everywhere you worked. You got paid every week, everywhere, and then all of a sudden it just went away.
Yeah, that's weird because again, I've been at the same job for so long. Man, I'd have to if I did change jobs, I'd have to consider that.
That first month is usually your toughest. That's going to be your toughest from the get go. But once you get that first month and you get the budgeting down.
Well, I guess it depends also. Like if I had some sweet job which paid me, where I made a decent pay, maybe I wouldn't need to stress too much.
Yeah. It's important to like what you do. But, it's important to like what you do, but it's just basically, I mean, that's what drives me, man, is the fact that, I have so many hobbies and I like to do so many things and I want to keep doing them. So, if, something opens up at work where they're like, hey, we'll pay you more if you learn how to do this thing, I'll learn how to do it. Like, I may never have to do it after that, but as long as, or what I did was I was working for Walmart, the store, right? And I put in for a job that I didn't get, but they gave me full-time, 40-hour week, benefits, all that stuff. So I knew I was getting 40 hours a week every week. And I think they bumped my pay up a little bit more because they were like, they told me it was literally down to the fact that I'd called out sick because I'd ate something and got food poisoning. And I'd called out sick one day and this guy hadn't missed any days and like the whole time he'd ever worked there. And they were like, literally, that's what we based it down on. And then I think 6 months after he got the job, he ended up quitting because it drove him nuts. And I was headed out the door because I found out, well, you can make damn near double what I make at the store working at the distribution center that we have here in town. So you can make double. I only have to drive a little bit further. And at the same time, like, it's way more pay. It's your benefits are already there. Nothing changed. And I didn't have to change companies. I didn't have to do anything. I literally just had to tell them that I wanted the job and sign 2 pieces of paper. And I was working at a whole new place. And I was like, I would love to work at the store, but, I can either work at the store and, maybe after, about 5 more years there, or like however long it takes for me to move up or something like that, I could end up making what I want to make, or I can go make it now and basically just be doing the same thing. So, because at the store I was unloading trucks and I was doing the same thing at the distribution center, except I was doing it by putting stuff on pallets and taking it off with a forklift. So I was like, there we go.
With a forklift?
Yeah.
That job, I'm pretty sure, I know a lot of people will like just go get their forklift license because those jobs always pay well here.
They pay it's really funny because I was working at a grocery store and I wanted to start making more. And I was like, you know what? I'm going back into manufacturing or warehousing. I'm going back into it. I hadn't been doing it for a while. Retail is not making me the money I want to make. So I'll just go back to warehousing. And I literally put in at the place and told them that I'd, been certified driving a forklift for like 4 different other companies. And the next morning they were blowing my phone up. They were like, we got 3 job offers for you. And I was like, 3? And they was like, nobody wants to learn how to drive these things. And I was like, they're like big go-karts. Like, that just don't handle as well, Like, I was like, dude, these things are not hard to drive. And they was like, people are scared of them now. And I was like,
man, you've seen the videos, those.
Yeah, I've seen the videos and stuff like that. But I think the worst one that I ever saw was like, dude was like, he bumped into a shelf and it dominoed all the shelves around him. And that was at a Walmart distribution center. And all the boxes fell and stuff like that. But his lift had a canopy over it. He was probably fine. He probably just ducked and he was fine. So he was probably definitely fired that day. And I was like, yeah. So yeah, people, as long as like, I've hit stuff, but I've never hit anything hard enough to break anything you gotta, like, I don't know. I've never hit anything full head on going full speed. Like the most I've done is like turned around and like, you know, am I going to make it? Am I going to make it? I grazed it, you know, something like that. You know, I've never hit anything hard. I just don't drive that fast. Like I'm not, I mean, I drive full speed, but slow down where you need to slow down. You know, if there's humidity on the floor, slow down sooner. Like you will go sideways.
How long did you take to get like your forklift license?
I think if you want to do it through an actual, like the local community college, you can get certified not just to drive them, but to like teach people how to drive them in like 6 months or something like that. It's something really short. But as far as most plants can teach you and get you certified there within a day, maybe 2. Because it either goes one or 2 ways. People are too terrified and just need to get them off of it and don't even try to teach them because they're just going to end up hurting themselves or somebody else. Somebody new is shaky at it, but once they get used to, you know, the forks going up and down and how fast it stops and how fast it starts, they're fine. Within a day, maybe 2, they're good enough to be driving it, you know, around and stuff like that. Now it's to the point where I don't even think about stuff. Like we had ones at Walmart that you stand up on. You don't sit down. They're stand up because you have to get on and off of them so much that they found out if you just had stand up ones that had like a little bit of padding in the bottom, it was just as good because you only had to step like a couple inches down to the ground every time you wanted to get on and off it. They had those. And the handle, there was literally a handle that you just turned to turn it right or left. And I was like, the first day I was like, all right, so I'm assuming right's right and left's left. And the guy who was teaching me was like, I don't know. And I was like, what do you mean you don't know? He was like, well, some of them are reversed. Some of them are right goes left and left goes right. He was like, but literally I've been driving these things so long that once I jump on one and I, you know, turn the wheel the first time and figure out which way the wheels go, it's not even, I don't even have to think about it. It's second nature. And I was like,
what's the, we have those things at work where it's like a forklift, but like the ones that you just pull.
Oh, the pallet jack.
Yeah, like a pallet jack. And when you're pushing forward, it's like you got to turn the opposite way, right?
Yeah. It's kind of like that. It's kind of weird.
I'm terrible at steering that around my work.
But yeah, it's really weird because literally like a year later after I was working there, I literally was like, oh my God, yeah, like I'll jump on them and I'll just go. And once I make the first turn, after that, I don't even think about it anymore. I was like, dude, this is ridiculous. Like I'm exactly where he was at. I've only been doing this a year. And he had been doing it for 20, something like that.
All right. Where's my Star Wars box?
You can't miss them. They're like the huge pile.
No, I'm looking for the box that I've got. I've got so many Star Wars books now. I've got a whole box dedicated to them. Ugh. What's all this? Yeah, I feel like I'm never going to get to the end of this organizing. I've left it for too long.
I know that feeling.
Star Wars? Nope. All right, so right now I've got DC pile read, to read. I've got an Indies to read. I've got DC cover by. I've got Dynamite Babes. Look at that. That's all.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, you can get lost in that. Like, oh my God. Dynamite Babe covers. It's like all of them.
I've got like in my boxes, I've got like a Vampirella tab and a Red Sonja tab. And I recently added a Sheena tab. Figuring out where these can go. All right. Am I really going to read Gwenverse? I don't know if I'm going to read Gwenverse. Spider-Punk I'll read.
I got 2 issues into Spider-Punk, and I was like, no, this is not what
yeah. I read the first issue, and it was like I read other Spider-Punk stories before, and they were kind of fun. The first issue, though, just didn't grab me like I wanted it to.
Nope. And the second one's not much better.
Oh, really? That's not good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll let you judge because different strokes for different folks. But to me, it just seemed like it was, Spider-Punk, but there wasn't a whole lot of punk about it except like every issue they would say some random song title or album title or something like that. It was just kind of a thing where they'd be like, we're about to fight, so somebody would scream, "Kick out the jams," or something like that. And I was like, yeah, you're trying. You looked up who sang what. I'll give you that. But other than that, I don't know. They kept using the terminology threw me off because I was like, dude, I know guys who are punks. And they don't talk like this at all. Unless they're being completely ironic and trying to be funny, they don't talk like this at all. Like you guys are based in New York. There's got to be punk clubs there. You could totally go and just listen on conversations and figure out how these guys talk. It's not that hard. And if everybody laughs, that's not how they talk.
This was a cover by originally, but I think I'm going to read this, man.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted. What is that? The one in no, wait, I don't even think that's a variant, an incentive variant. That was just the David Finch cover, wasn't it?
It's just a regular, cover.
David Finch cover. I was gonna get that one. I tried to get the cover, the one in 25. Some guy named Brown did it, and it was really nice. But I ended up just getting the Momoko.
Momoko did one.
Oh, you didn't see the Momoko one?
Yeah, let me look it up.
Oh, dude, I'll show it to you. It's right here.
Got it?
Yeah, I've not read it yet, but the cover, I was like, dude, if I don't get this incentive, this is really one of the best covers that I saw. It was really, really good. Where is this? We're close. Oh.
Yeah, I haven't read Demon Days Lee, but the art in it looks great. I think it suits what it's supposed to be about. Can't remember if Sarah's read that or not. But I also can't remember the Treachery.
Here it is. It's an homage to one of the old covers, but it doesn't look like Momoko.
Oh, it doesn't look like Momoko at all.
No, it's watercolor.
Apparently her original thing was horror. That was her specialty apparently before she blew up. She was a big horror artist.
Dude, there are lines in this. This isn't all watercolor. She had to do some of this with pens. But yeah, this is apparently it's an homage to one of the older issues. I've seen it before, and this one's I know people who are not into Momoko at all, and they bought this cover because they were like, "This is insane. This is incredible." So I've seen there's some of her stuff that I like, that I really like, and I get it, and then there's some of it where I'm just like,
I'm saying I don't know what my favorite one is though. Oh, fucking bit me. All right, get out of here.
They had a bunch of good Predator covers.
Yeah, I bought the Sienkiewicz one as well.
Yeah, I thought about getting it. I'm getting all the variants for the books. Yeah. I'm getting all the Predator variants for the books that I pull, and then I'm going to try to get the rest of them all in the wild because I want all those Predator covers. They're all really good.
I'm normally not into them. When they do remember when they did Aliens and they did all the Alien crossovers? Yeah. The only one I bought out of those was the Shang-Chi one of him kicking one in the face. I thought that was kind of funny.
This is actually really good. This is some dope X-Men. It started out really good. It had a little lull. Luckily, I was taking a break anyway from getting books. And now it seems like it's picking back up.
Of what, sorry?
This X-Men is actually pretty good. The artwork's incredible. Who's doing the artwork on this? Pepe Larraz still? think so. That's my boy. Yeah, I think it's still Pepe Larraz. His artwork's incredible, and the story's actually really good too.
Oh, okay. Oh, my back is killing me. I'm slowly getting there, though. Let's go through these indie books. What are there any indies that you've read recently that you can recommend?
Yeah, Cover the Dead with Lime. It is. It's by Blood Moon Comics, and it's about the plague, and it's really good. Let's see, what else? What else have I read that's indie wise that's really good? I don't know. Let me look. Let me pull up my pull list. My subscription. Let's see, my titles. Let's see. I haven't read Behemoth yet, but I got it. That was a Scout Comics book. It looks really interesting. Beware of the Eye of Odin. That's really good. I just caught up on Do a Powerbomb by Daniel Warren Johnson.
I got the first issue to that, but I haven't read it.
That's really good, dude. If you like professional wrestling, you'll love it. You'll love it.
I used to dabble.
Especially if you like New Japan. If you like New Japan, you'll love it. Cover the Dead with Lime. That was a good one.
Yeah, Sleepy. I read Town Called Terror. I read the first 2 issues, and I picked up the third. So I've only read the first 2 so far.
And then Gunslinger Spawn's been really good. The Gun Hunting book that just came out is absolutely awesome.
Really? I actually haven't read the first. I've got the first one, but I haven't read them yet.
Dude, the first
is she
one
actually naked all the time in the comics, like she is in the cover.
Sometimes the second cover, one of the second covers is a panel from inside issue 1. So sometimes she's naked. Like if it makes sense for her to be naked, like if she just laying around the house, like she was like on vacation. She was laying naked on her couch in her living room, which is, I mean,
on the covers, it doesn't. There's that cover, of her on the boat, and there's like explosions in the background. She's on the boat. I was like, why is she topless there?
Yeah, that one was just a fun cover. That one was just a nude cover. Like, yeah, but that actually did happen in the book. What is that?
13th. I haven't read it yet, but I picked that up because it looked interesting.
Oh yeah, that definitely looked interesting.
Prometheus, 13, and they do their nice little homage cover.
I didn't even see that.
Huh.
Yeah, the first issue of Gun Honey has the first appearance of Conan in a Titan book. It's totally Conan. They can't say that's not Conan, but it's not in any kind of Conan capacity. Oh, nice.
Hey, Lee, when's your comic book? Because I saw you post that your comic book came out, but when are all of the people who paid money for it getting it? The Kickstarter.
Oh, yeah. I almost got that. I kind of found out later I probably could have gotten it, and I was just trying to, be responsible and shit, and it cost me it. Gunslinger Spawn's really good. I haven't read Jurassic League yet. I didn't even know Manifest Destiny's still going, but I would recommend that. You can find that in like cheap issue bins anywhere. Manifest Destiny, King Spawn. I haven't read Predator yet. Oh, that's a Marvel book anyway. Twig's been good. G.I. Joe's actually getting really good, but it's about to end with IDW. That's probably why. And Creepshow is coming back out. Image is putting it out, so they're re-releasing all the Creepshow stuff. I don't know if they're re-releasing it or if it's new stuff. Yeah, it looks like it's new stories.
Creepshow,
but yeah, cover the Dead with Lime. If you like plague doctors and medieval kind of stuff, that's the artwork in it is phenomenal. It's so gritty and dirty. It's like Daniel Warren Johnson times 10. I'm getting the Bill and Ted Presents Death one shot that's coming out.
Oh man, there's a really cool cover to that. The one where he's standing on top of the mountain.
Yep, that's the one I'm getting.
Yeah, and then there's also a toy variant. I couldn't find where to order the toy variant. It must be a ratio.
It must be. I can tell you right now. Hold on. I'll go look at it on my website.
Yeah, there you go, Sleepy. Town called Terror.
Yeah, there's the action figure variant is just a 1 in 10.
There you go. Because I actually didn't order it. I was looking at the A cover and I was like, oh, do I need it? Do I need it? And I decided I didn't need it. It's the first step of having smaller piles.
Small victories. Oh, let's see. Oh man. Oh, where'd that come from? Oh God. Let's see. Would it be under Bill and Ted? It would have to be under Bill and Ted. Yep, Bill and Ted Presents Death. Both the ratio variants are $6.66. So for the action figure variant, I might have to. You know what? I'll put in 10.
I just doubled up. I realized I doubled up on a book. The 8 Billion Genies issue 2. I didn't need 2 of those. Great.
I'll put in 10, and if I don't get it, then oh well. I'm not paying more than 10 for it.
Hey, how much do you pay for your ratios?
Normally it's like whatever the base price is for the 1 in 5s and the 1 in 10s. It doesn't start getting until you get to 1 in 25. But the way my shop does it is you bid on it. So like I always get the twig, what do you call it? Oh man, what is it? The virgin variants. They're like a 1 in 5 or something like that. So I pay like $1 above cover, and I always end up winning them. So like you can put in whatever amount you want to pay for it. It just depends on if somebody outbids you or not. I'm hoping nobody will outbid me on the.
Have you read any Grimm?
No, I've not read it. I was going to get that in trade. That literally came out when I was starting to cut my pull down. And then that came out, and I was like, man, no, don't get it. Don't get it. You'll be able to find it later. And I'm like, So.
This is an oldie that I found recently in the back issues. Not All Robots. Everyone was saying that was really good.
Yeah, I heard Sleepy Reader. Damien said a lot of good stuff about it. I think at first, I'm not sure. I didn't catch all the reviews on the rest of the issues, but I think the first 2 he said were really good. A few other people have said it was really good too. It was who does that? Mike Deodato?
Who wrote it?
Who wrote it or did art on it? I think it was like Mike Deodato or somebody.
Stephanie Phillips wrote it.
Okay.
Art might be by Flaviano. Is that the artist?
Huh. I could have sworn there was a name that I knew that was attached to that book. There was a reason I almost got it. But my online store, I can literally set it up to where if there's a creator and I'm just like, hey, anything this guy puts out, put it in my pool. I can do it that way.
That's cool.
That's a dangerous game to play right there.
Okay. Well, I've only got the first issue, so.
So yeah, he said towards the end it kind of pooped out for it.
What's going on, mate?
That is a good description for you, Damien. Except you drink beer. What's up, God Tank?
All right, what am I getting? Oh man, my back's killing me. All right, Dynamite Babes can go in the box.
And my shop also has spoiled me. They ship all my books bagged and boarded already.
Yeah, that's I can't remember who I was talking to recently. We were talking about getting bags and boards, and then like he was like, "I buy all my stuff online, so it just comes bagged and boarded. I don't need to worry about that crap."
I've got extra bags and boards in case I go buy stuff at like, garage sale or, flea market or if I'm somewhere and I run across comics that aren't bagged and boarded. But it doesn't happen a whole lot now. It's really funny.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, this is actually a really good issue. Huh. And this was right when Judgment Day was starting. So now I get to, I guess, figure out what all that's about.
Oh, some of this stuff is already sorted. That's good.
Somebody told me they were like, during A versus X, they were like, the Eternals killed the X-Men. And I was like, I don't know if it would even go like that. I know they're supposed to be eternal, like, planet protectors, but X-Men.
You guys can come out. Marvel done. Whew. All right, now all I need to do is file away these Star Wars books, and then I'm looking pretty good. So the worst thing is, because I do this once every blue moon, I've got like 2 boxes out in my other room of the last time I did this. So there's stuff in there that has to mix with the stuff that I've just sorted now. So,
well, you know what the worst part is? The worst part is your lady in the comic books too, which means there's no one to tell you no.
Yeah, no, she definitely likes to tell me no. She's like, "Do you need that cover?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "Do you need 2 of them?" And I'm like, "Yes."
So she kind of knows how it is. Like, girl I'm talking to now, she's into collecting pops and she loves like horror stuff. So she's like, I never want you to tell me no if I really want it. And I know there's going to be stuff that I run across where I'm like, oh, I want it. I have to get this. And so, yeah, as long as you're not going into the poorhouse, I was like, okay, I can stay out of the poorhouse, I'm assuming.
Sarah, she reads pretty light though, so she prefers to just read. So she'll buy like first issues and then like wait for the trade for a lot of stuff. So, which is a smart thing to do. Let's see here.
Well, see, the only bad thing about that is back in the day, if it didn't sell well in single issues, it didn't get a trade. Now, it seems like now everything pretty much just comes out in trade.
Oh, really? They wouldn't even release the trade?
Huh?
Are you saying that? Were you saying they didn't even
back
release
in the day, if it wasn't something that
crazy.
it was something that came out. It was like nobody read it for like 5 issues. You had to find those 5 issues because you weren't finding a trade of it.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. It's the way they used to do it. Now it seems like there's trades for everything, so you're good to go.
I seriously don't know what in my Star Wars box.
What's going on with this thing?
Oh no! What's this pile behind me? Oh,
you got a cat behind you at one point.
Yeah, I got the cat here. She's just like.
I saw the tail. I saw the tail. Wow. My dad thought he had to call me to remind me to take him to the dentist in the morning. I was like, that's cute. I'm 37. You don't have to remind me. I remember.
I literally don't know where my Star Wars box is gone. Oh, wait. It's right in front of me. All right. Running out of space. Okay.
Doll. Oh, he's got an orange face.
It's a she.
She's got an orange face. Kind of like a calico and a tabby cat mixed together. I've got a gray tabby, so he's just all gray, and then I've got a calico who's just like 4 different colors.
Yeah, so Sarah thought she was calico. I think it was calico. She thought. I was like, no, it's like they call her a tortoiseshell. is what they call her.
Yeah. Here's the X-Men Predator cover.
Oh, hang on. Oh, let me make you big.
So it's like a whole bunch of Predators fighting a whole group of X-Men.
Man, you've seen the new Predator, yeah?
Huh? I have not seen it yet. I have not seen it yet. I've been waiting because I thought it was on. I was like, oh, well, Marvel's putting out Predator, so it must be on Disney Plus. No, it's on Netflix. So I got to get when I get paid again.
Oh, really? It's on what?
Or no, wait, Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Oh, okay. Because we don't have Hulu here, so it's on Disney Plus here.
Yeah, it's not on Disney Plus here apparently. If it is, I please somebody let me know so I don't have to get it anywhere else.
It got me back into Predator mode. Like I went and rewatched, which one? Predators, the one where they get dropped off on the planet to get hunted.
Yeah,
with Adrian Brody. Rewatched that.
That was Predators, I think.
Yeah, that was cool. But yeah, that made me want to read that Predator comic as well because I started seeing a lot more videos about predators and like all the different types of predators. And I was like, oh, this is all interesting now.
And it's funny because years ago I could have just bought all the Dark Horse stuff for near nothing.
Yeah, right.
And now it's starting to go back on the uptick.
Have they really?
Yeah, like all the Dark Horse stuff is slowly but steadily increasing. And then, like, you know, of course, everybody's buying all the new stuff too because everybody watched the movie. Like, there are apparently children in this world who did not know who Predator was, and I feel really bad because that's something that was awesome from my childhood. Like, was Predator, and oh man, that first movie. The second one was great. I love the second one too.
Well, so do you know the second one well? Like, do you have I haven't seen the second one for a long time, but there's something that's in the second one, and there's a throwback to it in Prey, and I didn't realize until someone told me.
I was about to say I wouldn't know what it is until I see Prey, but yeah, I remember the first one really, really well.
The second one. Do you remember the second one well?
Yeah, because that was one of my favorite ones. Everybody else didn't seem to like it as much as I did, but I loved it because it was just like a regular cop who was having to fight this thing, and he didn't have any special skills or any of that. It was just his brains and his pistol, and that's all he had to fight this thing with. It's probably something that has to do with the end, where at the end he found out there was a whole race of these things, and that's what they do. They hunt, and they ended up letting him go.
Well, the end of the second one would have been mind-blowing for fans, right, back in the day.
Yeah. It blew my mind when I was younger and I saw it because I was just like, oh my God, there's tons of these things. I didn't even think about that. There's a whole race of these things, like, and they're just out hunting everything in the universe, like
hunting comic books. God Tank, you should start making videos and start making food at the start of them like you used to. That's right. Well, he hasn't seen it yet. Shh. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't get that reference when I watched it, but my friend told me.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I hadn't seen the second one for so long. So the only thing I really remember from the second one is at the end when they're on the ship, and you see like isn't there like a xenomorph skull?
Yeah.
On the wall. Yeah,
on the wall.
The main thing I remember.
They always keep keepsakes from things that like defeat them. So anything that's defeated them, they get a keepsake from, like the battle or the creature or something like that.
All right. Oh man! By the time I put these Star Wars books in, I've nearly got a full box of Star Wars. I must be a Star Wars guy. All right.
I love it myself. I love Star Wars.
Did you watch Star Wars Visions?
No, I've not seen it.
It's not for everyone, but I enjoyed the very first episode. And yeah, so they've got a comic book coming out with all the Star Wars Vision stuff.
Yeah.
If any of you guys want to jump in, feel free. All right. Did you get these connecting covers? The Crimson Rain ones?
No, I didn't. I didn't get any of the Crimson Rain stuff. I just skipped all the events. Seemed like back in the day, it was like an event every once in a while. Maybe you'd have something that'd last 8 months, but then you wouldn't have another event for like, a few years or something like that. Now it seems like there's 3 events going for every company every year.
I
There's
didn't
no way.
realize. Oh, okay.
Ask what was it? Damien, what was the one that everybody got out when New 52 started? There was one that came out 1 issue a week for 52 weeks. And I think it was just called The Countdown to 52 or just 52 or something like that. And I remember there was only a few people who jumped on that. And probably even less than that wrote it out to the end. Because you think you're buying an issue every week. So that's 4 issues a month of this book. You don't know if it's going to be, useful in 10 years. You don't know if it's going to be good. What do you do if you get 30 issues into it and it starts being really, really bad and you just don't even read it anymore? I think there was Batman Eternal too. Yeah, I think there was a Batman Eternal too that came out. That was like a really long running thing. And I was just like,
Batman Eternal.
Yeah, I think that came out weekly as well, or at least every couple weeks.
Man, I can't imagine how it would be to try to make a comic book come out every week. That's like so much work.
It is so much work. You have to get way, way ahead to where you're going to finish way before the deadline for the last book.
Mando. So much Mando. All right. I must have more Star Wars somewhere. I'm pretty sure I've got all those connecting covers.
I did get all the Scorched connecting covers that they had that came out, where it was like a recreation of X-Men 1 from like the 90s.
Oh, yep.
I got all those just because I was like, well, I'm getting Scorched anyway. So why not? I'll just get all the connecting covers for these 4 issues.
Do you get, when there's events, do you get the tie-in crap? I don't even do events anymore. Like, I'm just done.
No, and I mean, if it's a tie-in, if it's like, if it's a book that I'm pulling and it starts talking about the event, I'll be like, okay. But like, yeah, I don't ever get any of the tie-ins. I've never done an event where I'm like, I'm all in. I'm buying, all the tie-ins. I'm buying the main issue. I'm buying the event itself. I'm buying everything. I've seen people do that too, and I was just like, no, can't do it. There's no way. There's so many books every week.
Okay. Yeah, because I would read like, you know how they at the start of an event have like a one shot that talks about the event. Man, those are all dumb. Like all the Batman ones recently, like Joker War and whatever else. Like they were just dog shit. Like I'd be reading it, like I was like, what's the point of releasing this? It has no. Yeah, I don't understand why they don't just start the story in the bloody regular book.
I have no idea. I think it's literally just to spread out the bullpen because, like, back in the day, all their bullpens, like all their staff used to be way smaller. So you didn't I think it's literally a thing where they're like, look, this guy's on the payroll. We need to give him something to do. Let's give him a 3-issue mini he can do about Joker or something or here's something he can elaborate on and he can just run with it. And that'll have him work coming in. So we're not paying him for nothing. So I literally think that's what it is most of the time.
Mate, you know what? I'm spewing with all these Choose Your Destiny covers. I didn't get the Luke Skywalker one.
You did?
Like, oh, I didn't, because you know what? I pre-order my books 2 months in advance. So
Yeah.
a lot of times the covers don't come up. So I didn't know there was a Luke Skywalker one until the week it came out. So I placed an order, but I don't think it's going to come. All right.
This is actually really good.
Dr. Afra. Star Wars. All right. I am done. All right. That's enough sorting for today. That was intensity.
Oh, what's up, K-pop? Paulo?
Oh, mate. Long time no see.
Yeah. I need to go back to watching four color fossils. Yeah, she's been drawing a lot lately.
Which book? Yeah, maybe I can show some books.
Oh, that Luke Skywalker action
Oh, yeah.
figure.
I've got a Luke Skywalker action figure one. I just don't have the Choose Your Destiny. I've got a where is it? I got this one. Although what I want the Luke Skywalker in the black robe. That's the more desired Luke Skywalker one that I want. No one wants white robe Skywalker. I love these toy variants. I used to not dig the toy variants that much, but now I'm like obsessed with them.
Yeah,
Got the Boba.
I was the same way. I didn't care about them at all when they first started coming out, and now I'm like, then you'll run across characters you like, and you're like, oh, I gotta get that one, and I gotta get this one.
There's a Spider-Punk one that came out a while back, and I'm trying to get that one at the moment.
Oh my god!
There's a Spider-Punk Marvel Legends figurine that goes for heaps of money. It's like, it's stupid. I can't find one for less than like $200.
Oh my god! When I sold my ASM 3 run last year, like I had the first appearance of Spider-Punk. It didn't go for all that much. Like that whole Spider-Verse issue where it introduced like 10 characters at once. Didn't seem like people were too worried about it back then. Like nobody was worried about it at all.
Yeah, it's gone up a bit now. I've got that. I bought that a while ago. I think I paid about $35 for it, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh wait, where'd I put it? The best deal I ever got, man, was on the original Star Wars books. So I bought these from a comic fair earlier this year, and there was a guy. It was a guy and his son running a stall, and they had the first 4 issues for $300. And I was like, $300 for the first 4 issues of Star Wars.
I was about to say,
great.
like, yeah. That's
and he goes to me, and you know, we're willing to take any offers as well, like reasonable offers. I was like, really? I was like, $300 is already a steal. So I brought cash that day, but I only had about $300 on me to spend for the day. So I was like, do I really want to blow all my money just on this? And then I said $270, and he was like, $280. I was like, yep, happy to save anything. And now I've got $20 to play with. But yeah, bought the first 4 issues, first prints.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
$280. So that was probably my best score for this year.
Yeah, that's like the first Luke, first Obi-Wan, first Vader, first. Yeah, that's like a bunch of firsts.
Yeah, so I was stoked to get that. What are the keys do I have here? I got the first chrysanthemum.
Oh yeah, nice. I kind of wish I would have got that when it came out.
First, how do you say her name? Is it Kira?
Oh,
Is that
okay. I was about to say, is that a one shot?
No, this was the movie adaptation.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I got you.
They're worth picking up, man, because they have a lot of the first appearances for characters that are just in the movies. I actually went to the shop today to find the Rogue One, issue 1, but they didn't have the first issue. But I did get a Force Awakens because that's like the first. Like this book's worth nothing, right? No one
Yeah.
you buy this for $10, $5 over here, and it's like the first Kylo Ren and Rey. I just don't understand.
Oh, did you see that? He just got cast in something else too. The guy who played Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
What did he get cast in? Because I was like, oh man, he better not ruin this for me. God, what is it? Let me look. What's the dude's name for real? Not Kylo Ren.
I don't know his name.
His actor name. Kylo Ren, Adam Driver. All right, that's a very generic name. I'm surprised I could have just figured that out. He should have been a NASCAR driver or F1 or something. Let's see. Let's go to news. Because I just seen something today where he was announced where he was going to play something. It would be something that I would really want to watch.
That's an old school one. Return of the Jedi movie adaptation. Here's one for K-pop.
Huh.
You thinking of someone else?
It might have been someone else, but I don't think it was. I literally just seen an ad or something where it was like, he's been seen trying on this costume or something. And I was like, man.
Oh, okay.
I want to say it has something to do with Daredevil. Oh, wait, here we go. Blah, blah, blah. Star Wars, blah, blah, blah. Huh.
Hasaguchi. I don't know if that's a film that I would see. Hey, look.
I'm not seeing anything. Huh.
Must have been dreaming, mate.
Must have been. It's really weird because I know I seen something. But it was even something that that I literally was like, oh man, he better not ruin that for me. Like he better not make it emo or something like that. What was it? I don't know how I feel about my feelings, so I'm just gonna chop everything in half with a lightsaber. I was like, and
do you think they'll use Kylo? Like, do you think there'll be shows coming out from Disney that will bring back Kylo?
I mean, well, he was in the trilogy. I didn't even see the last one, so I don't know if he died or not. Did he die? I think he died.
I think he force dies. Like, he just fades away. I think. I'm pretty sure. I only seen it once.
They might could bring him back as like one of the Force ghosts. They do that at the end of every trilogy. They bring back all the Force ghosts, and it just seems to keep being more and more and more. It was like Obi-Wan and Anakin and Yoda in the first one.
Did you see that fake trailer they released for Knights of Ren?
No,
it was sick. So people didn't. I think the day it came out, people were unsure if it was real or not. But it turns out it was some guy who made it. But like, it had him on like a TIE fighter, getting out and then jumping from his thing onto another ship, and then like chopping its wing off. It was pretty sick, but it was fan made.
I was about to say the only thing I've ever seen that he did was, what was it? He did that parody of like Undercover Boss, where he went undercover as like a worker on like one of the Death Star destroyers or whatever, and he heard everybody talking crap about how crazy he was and stuff, and he's like trying to hold it in that he like could just kill everybody who's talking shit about him. It was great. It was hilarious.
K-pop junkie, only girl groups.
I actually just got into Lady Gaga. I actually seen like video of her just playing a piano by herself and singing. And I was like, dude, this is not like Poker Face at all. Where did this come from? Like, I thought she was like all digital and just like, she just, sang and stuff. I didn't know she actually like wrote some of her songs, and she can play them on piano, and she writes them that way. I was like, oh my God.
I think before she was Lady Gaga, I think she used to write songs for people. I think that could be fake news, but I got a feeling I heard that.
I believe it.
Yeah. All right. Anything else I can show before I'm going to wrap it up soon? But any books you want to show that you got within reach?
Nothing too crazy. I got a coverless, missing a couple pages copy of ASM 120. Shop for Comics just sent it to me. He sent me a couple other books too. He sent me Batman 0 Point #1, still in the poly bag.
Zero.
I don't know anything about it. And then he sent me a random issue of something else that I actually was interested in. Was it that Lando #1? I don't think it was. It might have been that Lando #1. Where's that thing? There it is.
Yeah, I thought it was Fortnite.
It's like a Fortnite thing.
Oh yeah, I bought some of those and I just sent them to a friend's kid.
I was about to say this will probably be this might be a giveaway at Halloween. Some kid
Those
get really
were hot as fuck when they first came out for about what, a month or two before they released the. I think it was until the trade. When the trade came out, I had all the codes in the trade. But before the trade, people were flipping those books like crazy.
Then he sent me something else. What else did he send me? He sent me a few books, but that was the main one he sent me. He was like, "You want it?" And I was like, "Dude, it's John Romita artwork. Yes, I want it." And then I found out it was an issue that was like part 2 of a 2-part, where it was like Spider-Man fighting the Hulk the whole time. And I was like, "Oh, well, that's even better. It's John Romita Spider-Man, and it's John Romita drawing the Hulk. So, win-win." And I think that's pretty much all I've gotten that's like new, besides like just new books that have come out. Like I haven't got anything back issue wise it's all that big of a deal.
Right.
I read a Hulk issue that made me want to collect the Hulk now.
Oh really? I haven't read any Hulk. What run was it? Is it an old one? Yeah.
It's an older one. It was a John Byrne issue. It was like 316 or something like that. It was like from the 80s, and I read it and I was like, well, I'll see if John Byrne did any more of these, and then I'll just get the John Byrne ones. And then I was like, well, if I get those, I might as well get the Peter David run too. And then I was like, screw it. I'm just going to start collecting Hulk now. It's just, I'm not fighting it anymore.
All right. Well, I'm just going to randomly go through this random box that I've picked to show off some random stuff that's in here, just for the people in the chat to enjoy. My daughter plays Fortnite. I've been on Call of Duty. Yes, you have. All right. First Cloak and Dagger. Oh, what's a price tag on it? I bought this because I think it came out. It's like a birthday book. Came out in the month and year that I was born. So, and it was a key. So that's a good key to have. Toy variant. C3po.
Oh, nice.
I've got a couple of these. I found these at like kind of like thrift shop kind of places. They're like $3.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them.
Nice. That's a score right there. That's like a $20 book.
Yeah. Stoked about that. Oh, here's some Betty Page here. I can't show that one. I can't show that one. That one's the nudie cover.
Put your finger over it.
Yeah. Hang on. How bad is it? Nah, it's too much to cut. I don't have enough fingers.
The black bag covers. I almost got those, but I seen they were $10 a piece, and I was like, I'll find them somewhere.
These are cool how Dynamite were doing the Ninja Turtle.
Yeah.
This one's the best one. I think the Barbarella one was probably the best one.
That was really good. There was a Barbarella one that was really good, and then there was a Red Sonja one that was really good, or Sheena. It's one of those. Oh, yep, that was it. Yep.
There you go. Our stadium sucks with sound. Planet Hulk. Yeah, I heard Planet Hulk is a good one.
Yeah.
I bought the first issue to Donny Cates' run. I haven't read it. I just bought the first issue to be like, I guess this is a good place to start.
The Immortal Hulk or whatever, the Immortal Hulk run that came out. I heard good things about it. They said it went up and down. But I think everybody said it ended on a good note.
Yes, I did go crazy on those variants. All right, what else we got? We got some Barbarella. This is actually, I think, a misprint. So this is Barbarella issue 4, but I believe it's meant to be issue 5, I think. And they misprinted the actual number on the top. What else have I got in here? Oh, here's some Betty. I love this Betty Page cover. I think it's cool.
Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I know. I've only been getting the minis. I know for a while they did an actual run. Yeah. I need to get those.
This is a cool homage cover. Oh, Vampirella.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Was that a Batman? Isn't that a Joker cover?
Yeah, the Harley Quinn. Batman
That's
Harley
right.
Quinn. The Alex Ross one. What else is cool in here? Alice in Wonderland Vampirella cover.
Oh, nice.
There's a lot of Vampirella in this box. Oh, Kiss. Did you get any of these? Kiss books when they came out?
No, I didn't get any. I think those came out after I started back collecting. I need to go back and get them.
Well, these are very recent. These are only from last year, maybe.
Oh,
but there was like 4 or 5 variants per issue. But I like the ones where each first 4 issues had one of the members, and then like some random chick with them. So
yeah,
they were cool. I got that because Star Child is my favorite.
Oh yeah.
What else is cool in here? Random Ninja Turtles cover. Had a guitar on it, so I thought it was cool.
Oh yeah, that one is nice. What issue was that?
Issue 116. You know what the funny thing is, that I thought, because I don't know, I haven't read any Turtles since I got back into comics. Actually, I've read apart from Last Ronin, I haven't read any Turtles. And at first, I thought that was Michelangelo, and then my friends were like, "It's Yellow, that band. It's Janika." I was like,
"Yeah."
No,
it's up and down. Some issues are really good, and some issues are eh.
I've read the first issue. God Tank. I'm waiting for. I think it's all come out now. I've read the first issue, and I thought I should wait and read it all in one go. I prefer reading that way. Issue by issue just doesn't work for me. That's a cool Batman cover. I think this might be the first cover appearance of Kite Man, maybe. I saw Bearded Comic Pro show that. I was like, I'd like the first cover appearance of Kite Man.
Maybe.
Classic McFarlane. That one I picked up for $20. That was a good deal on that.
Oh yeah, dude, that book is so hot right now. They came out with the Toronto Con exclusives that were like that cover or whatever, but they were like black and gold, and now people have started like buying those like crazy now.
Tylox is playing an old man. Let's see if anyone can guess what this is an homage to. God Tank should get it first, but let's see.
Oh, damn.
Come on, God Tank, beat him. Beat him to it.
Video game related.
Just the title. Oh, no, it's not. There you go.
Oh, okay.
Can you issue 5, which I really want, but the book, it's like a $200 book. It's like, no, it's not a key or nothing. It's weird.
Give it time. Give it time. All the Saga books were really, really expensive when they first came out. And now they've all, like, you know, the first one's $100 or whatever. It's pretty expensive, but the rest of them have all gone down. It's same thing with Walking Dead. Those books have gone down. I mean, once you start getting to like the first 10 that weren't high print runs, they're expensive. And the first one's pretty much held where I've seen it at for years. But all the rest of them now are starting to be like $5, $10, $15 books.
A friend of mine I was talking to at work, we're talking about, imagine they make the Something's Killing the Children show and it just flops and it's just like the worst thing ever. It would ruin the value of the books too, right?
Oh yeah.
How crazy is that?
Yeah. And the best part is like, just because the show's bad, it's probably because they changed a whole lot of stuff that they had to change from the comics. So if you got the comics, you got the better story, and now they're way cheaper. So it's like the other Simon Says. I've been waiting for this bubble to pop for a while. It needs to go ahead and do it, so I can go out buy all those books that I want that I couldn't afford before.
I recently just watched Hawkeye. Finished watching Hawkeye finally on Disney Plus. I actually thought Hawkeye was probably my favorite out of all the Marvel shows.
I really liked WandaVision. I watched that one. I haven't seen Loki yet, so I can't speak on it.
I only watched that recently too.
I watched Miss Marvel, and I really liked it. I thought that show was great.
I liked the first part of it, and then I didn't like how, like, by the end of it, I kind of stopped caring.
Yeah.
Like, I really enjoyed it in the beginning, though.
I got to finish it because I think I only got about halfway through the season. And then, let's see. Watch She-Hulk, but that's kind of It's like up and down. Like I have Mark from Legion of Comics has that thing where he like pays attention to details he can't help but pay attention to, and I have that too. So if I see something that's out of place, I'm just like,
yeah. I don't know anything about She-Hulk, so I'm kind of enjoying it just because I'm like, whatever. I don't know anything about this character.
Yeah, I was about to say this is my first foray into it. Like I haven't got I need to go back and get the John Byrne stuff that everybody wants, but it's expensive right now, so I'm not doing it. But from what I've seen, it's all right. I thought the first couple episodes were too short, way too short. This last issue seemed like it was an hour. And I was like, okay, that's more like it. Because I would seem like I'd start to get into it, and then it would end. And I would be like...
Wait, which show?
She-Hulk.
No, I think it was still half an hour. I think it was like 30-something minutes.
Oh, my God. This episode seemed so much longer. It seemed all right until it got to the part with the Wrecking Crew, and it made them look like they were a bunch of goofballs. Like, I mean, they are a bunch of goofballs, but, like... They also fight Thor. So if you fight Thor on a regular basis, you can't be, somebody just smacking you to the side. Like, you know, it's not it shouldn't be that simple.
That's true.
It needs to be an hour.
I'm going to end the stream. I think I'm done for today anyway. There will be part 2 maybe one day. This was a weird idea, but thanks for joining, man. I appreciate it. I literally was just like, I hope someone hangs out with me.
Yeah, I'm up.
That's good. You always late night?
Yeah. And the fact that now I'm working second does not help it at all. Like, I should be going to bed right now, and I know I'm probably going to be up for another hour at least.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, it's hard for me to finish. I always need that hour of me just, I don't know, playing on my phone or something like that before I can go to bed. I can't like go from doing something to straight to bed. I need that me time before I go to bed. So. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Oh, what am I doing? Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. We appreciate it. And yeah, until next time, keep it simple.